Levi, you good? I'll be right back. Good morning, guys. So, I know y'all hear a lot of background noise. Y'all have to hear it. And that is the sound of electricity coming this way. So, many of you do not know that we have actually, technically, been living off-grid. And it's fun, and I enjoyed it, but I really need some power. I really need some power. Like, we've had the generator for the cold nights, and you know, that's fine. I didn't mind it. I still don't mind it, but I mean, I would like some luxury, or as everyone would call it, electricity. Because I do still have actually, if you think about it, no, I don't need electricity. I don't need it. We've been doing pretty good, pretty fine, but I do know that gas is getting expensive, and I really don't want to keep spending gas to run the generator. I don't want to keep spending money to run the generator, so I don't know. In a way, I need electricity, but then again, I don't, because we've been doing pretty good. Just running the generator when I need to charge devices, or running the generator to keep the refrigerator cold. Yeah, we've been using the refrigerator, but we run it at the night, so that way, and I got the refrigerator set on the coldest setting, so that way it gets really cold in there and it'll last a good 10, 12 hours without having to be charged back up. So, I don't know. It's like, I'm happy about it, that the electricity's coming, but then it's like less family time. And I think that family time is very important, which is, I can always just unplug the camper from the electricity. Boy, would my girls love that. I gotta put this trash in the burn barrel. I tell you, my girls would really love that. Get them nice and comfortable and used to having electricity, and then just unplug it. That would be funny. That would be fun. So today, we are actually going to do a little bit of work around the garden area. We're gonna pull some plants out. We might replant some plants. I got a garden bed that needs to be filled, so we're going to, or the loofah bed. So that's what we're going to start on. I want to get the four-wheeler running in just a little bit, and I want to go down there and show y'all the men working. But then I also want to haul some wood. More wood that we cut from our driveway, and put it into the loofah bed, the bottom of it. So, the work never ends. Some things y'all might not know. Morning glories, they produce a lot of seeds. When I say a lot of seeds, you need to try to get them when the leaves first start to die back, because if you let the whole vines and everything die back, the seeds will actually start falling automatically, and you will have morning glories in your bed and they will take over. So I advise, because I've learned, this corner of the garden the vines were already died back, and yesterday I went to go touch them to mount a solar light, and let's just say I had morning glory seeds everywhere. So my husband and I went and started getting all the seeds off there. We had to put a piece of plastic on the ground to kind of catch all of them. I did get a few good many, and I mean, that's fine, but I need to just take note of that for next year. So morning glory seeds, morning glories, make sure you take them whenever the leaves start dying back. On the far end, we went ahead and took those off just because that vine was still green, and it was still it still had buds on it, but I went ahead and took it because I do not want morning glories growing all in my garden, because they are kind of invasive. So I just told y'all something new. Hopefully. And just to show y'all really quick what I'm talking about. Okay, so these little pods right here, they have seeds in them. See, I've barely touched it, and it's got seeds coming out already. So those are the morning glory seeds. They're in little pods, and actually that's why I said get them before they get to this. Get them while they're still this, because there's less, as I would say, there's less, you don't have as much as a problem. And see, there was still some new growth on this green vine, but we went ahead and cut them off just because I really didn't want it to be all over the garden. Morning glories growing everywhere. And it's pretty crazy how God works in mysterious ways. I mean, give me one thing. For instance, our garden shed, we had to raise the totes up. So we had to empty 2 totes. Now we lost probably almost 300 gallons of water because we raised them up. Well, it's been raining the past 2 days, and we have a lot of rain. We were able to put water back into those totes and fill up the big tote that we also had to raise up. And I don't know if it was just coincidence, but he held off the rain until we were able to finish the project, and then it started pouring. So my plants have been doing really good. The ones that are in the greenhouse and the ones that's not in the greenhouse. But we're going to actually try to find a way to actually water them without me having to bring in the watering hose. And basically, this was bought to us from a subscriber. So what we're going to do is actually find out if it works. if it will work with our system, because we do not have a pump. My husband has doubts that it will work, but you know, you don't know if something will work until you try. Until you try. So, we're just going to see if we can get it to work. I'm trying to do this without scissors. Technically, I should have scissors, but I don't know where they are right now. This is a 1/2-inch hose. And it comes with, this is a 1/2-inch sucker hose, and it comes with all the fittings. And this has a cap on it. So let's do this. Let's just set this, hook this up, and actually just let it set and see if it'll work before I'll undo the whole thing. Alright guys, so it is working. It is doing the drip irrigation. So we're going to go ahead and unwrap this and go ahead and lay this out and see what happens, because I'm really excited about it. This is awesome. I honestly need a new hose and some extra male and female fittings and some tees. I need a lot, but it'll come. Time will come. So we're going to go ahead and take this off. And I'm just going to leave this hooked and just run it. Alright, so basically I have finished laying the one bed of the hose out, and that's all I'm doing. We're going to see how that works, and if I need to add more to it then I will, but I think that it would work just fine. I have my actual pipe cutters, but if you consider this as pipe. So we're gonna, at the end of this, we're gonna actually put a connector piece, because I don't want the water to go all out on the ground. I want it to stay where it's supposed to be at. So I'm actually gonna put 2 of these on there and just connect everything together. And hopefully we won't get no leaks. So I'm basically going to do this for the other side of this hose, and then we're going to run more of this other hose, this soaker hose, through this bed too, and we'll see how it works. Hopefully it works really good, because I'm kind of, like I said, going on hopes and prayers here, and hopefully this will work. I like using these things to cut stuff with, because it leaves a nice straight edge. Because by me cutting with scissors, I can't quite get it right. Hey y'all, so I do not have a tape measure. The only thing I have is myself. I know that I'm 5 foot, so if I hold this up here and this up here, right here, then that's 5 foot. Or that's 10 foot, sorry. Maybe a little more, because my foot's stepping on it. The dogs are starting to hear them coming down the road, putting that in. Wait a minute, I need a little bit more. Y'all might think I'm crazy, but I have a 3-year-old son that likes tape measures, and a husband that likes to hide the tape measures from the 3-year-old son. And honestly, I have no idea where they're at. Well, we got them cut. Now let's lay it out. Alright guys, so like I was saying from the beginning of the video, we are getting electricity out here. The guy is fixing to come through those woods right over there behind those oak trees. And the road looks a little bit different, but it's alright. We'll make it through. We always do. It'll be different, and let's get y'all over here so y'all can see him come through. See him chopping up those trees, Levi? We'll give him a little bit more time. Let's go move the chicken coop while we wait. Alright guys, so I hope that y'all can hear me over the four-wheeler running. I am very sorry about that. I cannot turn it off because then it's a whole project of getting it to crank. That involves me going to get my Suburban and jumping it off. The battery is dead. I need a new battery. A lot of our equipment is kind of going to crap because we're not able to maintain stuff on this homestead faster than we can use it. Because we're using all of the equipment, everything. But anyways, the wood chipper is fixing to come through, and I'm super excited about it because then, hey, I got a property line cleared. That's less work that I have to do that the electric company did for me, so it's like a win-win situation. Am I right? So, I do know that we are going to put a fence up all the way down this line now that after they are done installing the power poles. I am so thankful for that. But let's watch him come through. Alright guys, so we've got I finished up the water, the soaker hose. We're going to see how that goes. I'm just going to leave it and let it go, let it do its thing, because we don't have a lot of pressure coming out of them tanks. And I mean, if they get water, then they get water. So we're just going to let it do its thing. It's just so slowly coming out, and we're going to go over here and go do some more work with the loofah bed. We don't have the loofah bed or the four-wheeler running. We are actually putting a layer of like hardwoods and stuff like that down because it was easiest, it was closest, and I didn't have to go down the wet driveway and make ruts in the driveway. So I put a layer of hardwood down. On top of this, we're going to do some branches, and we're fixing to do that in just a minute. But I want to go ahead and get these trellises up because I want the trellises to go deep down into the actual ground that's up underneath this wood, and then build up from there. Because I don't want to run into a problem of where I have to stake them up and have them too tall. So we are going to go ahead and I'm going to install these pig panels. I think they're pig panels or cattle panels, or they're panels that we got from our local hardware store. So we're going to put those into here. And I'm sorry about all the ruckus, but they are doing they are clearing the line for the electricity. So we will get all that taken care of, and I'm excited about it. I really am. So let's get to installing these beds, or let's get to installing these panels. As I do this, and as I place stuff on this property, it already has a purpose. Like, I don't just put stuff here and say, oh, well, I don't know what I'm going to use it for. Before we moved, I had already known that this was going to be my loofah bed. And that's why I built it long and rectangular, because I have to confine the loofah to this one area, because if not, loofah will take over your garden. So we're gonna finish getting this project done, and I've got to figure out a way to brace these panels straight up and down, which is, I have some ideas, but I just gotta, kind of figure it out. I'm always trying to think of stuff and figure stuff out. And if it comes down to it, then I'll ask my husband. But I feel like I have some pretty good ideas of how we're going to do this. So let me get this finished up, and we'll move on to the next thing for today. Alright guys, so I have been doing a lot of thinking and trying to figure stuff out. And I don't want to use any more of the metal rods, even though we got a good bit over there. So we're going to use cedar from the property. This was a tree that was one of the first ones that were cut down when we first started clearing this back area back here. So we're going to use that one. I'm just going to take it and cut it the length I need, and use 3-inch screws and go through this cedar into the side of the garden bed, just so it will kind of hold it and help hold it. Now, I like using my husband's tools. You don't see very many women out there using power tools, but honestly, I mean, it's no different. It's no different than a man using them. Just be careful and don't cut yourself, don't hurt yourself. Always being knowledgeable of what's going on and everything else. And when you don't have an extra pair of hands, I mean, heck, use stuff around you to help you. There's always stuff that can help you get by. I mean, Even though, yeah, it would probably be easier if I had my husband out here holding this pole, or he was doing it and I was holding the pole, but I don't. So, let me get it started. We got one installed. Alright, so obviously there ain't no more of these laying around the yard. So you know what's next? We gotta go get one. So let's take the sawzall out here in the woods and let's get us another tree. Here's one of the trees that I'd already been cutting on, so I'm just going to finish cutting it on off and go on and stick it over yonder to daggum in there. All the limbs and everything will go into, once we cut them up a little bit smaller, they'll go into the actual bed. So chainsaw is here. I could run that, but I just figured it'd be more entertaining for y'all to see me run a sawzall. Alright. Well, the other wood tree that I cut down, it wasn't long enough. So this one should be long enough. I just went back right back there behind the shed. There's a whole bunch of cedar limbs, but some of them will go into here, and whatever doesn't go into here, then my husband will just clean up. Y'all, I'm just joking around. Yep. I think I'm gonna cut some off the bottom. Just so I ain't got that much to screw through. So. Uh-oh. I'm in trouble. Here comes Steven. I'm in big trouble. He don't need shoes on. Look at that, y'all.
Way in, they had the whole room blocked up. Trying to call you to this way, I need to come in.
Oh, well, did you figure? You figured it out.
Yeah, I come all the way down here and I turn around and go all the way around the block.
Alright guys, well, Steven just got home. He just got home, so I don't know what he's going to do, what his plan is, but I know I'm going to finish up this bed. It looks like it's going to start back raining, so I've got to put some stuff up and start winding everything down. Get away from me, Yellow Jacket. Get away from me! Alright, so now that the two braces are done, I'm going to run over here real quick and get these limbs that I cut off this first tree. And I'm just going to put them all in there. Alright guys, so Levi really doesn't like that loud noise. I don't know why, but he's just very sensitive to it. He likes to be inside. And we just found this out, and Steven just got home, so he really doesn't know exactly what's going on around here. But, so hopefully Levi went back inside where he feels safe and all that, because I don't want to scare him. Alright, so basically all I'm doing is just clipping this stuff so that way it'll lay down. And it'll go down into the bed a little bit better. Alright guys, so this is what it looks like after I've done put the cedar in there, and it looks pretty good. There's a little less space to fill with dirt. The reason why we did this is because the more you actually put into the bottom of your garden bed, the less topsoil or wood chips or whatever you have to put into here. So I think it's pretty much done for now. The only thing that I have left to do is to zip tie the tops of the beds up, the top of the trellis up, so that way it's not a whole lot of flopping everywhere. So I'm gonna go run and get the actual heavy duty zip ties, and we're gonna zip tie that. Can you hand me that scissors, please? I need one more feeder to go from there to there.
How's this latched in there?
Screws.
You went through this way?
Yeah?
You didn't put the pumpkin down there?
No, the pumpkin's right there. It was too mushy for me to carry all the way down there, even in a plastic bag.
Yeah, keep that.
Once I get the feeder that goes across, that screws from this side to that side, and that goes all the way across, it'll actually be fixed. It'll be fastened to it. Alright guys, so the rest of this is gonna have to wait till another day, but it looks pretty good. Steven, you think it looks good?
Yeah, I think it looks good, and she did all the work on this one.
So we're gonna
Just
wait.
to let y'all know, she did all the work. So I had no part of it as of right now.
He might want to talk to you, so go on over there. Alright guys, so we're dealing with them clearing for the power line, but I mean, look, we're gonna wait for another day to put the wood chips in here and do the topsoil, and but other than that, it can all just sit here for a couple weeks. It don't matter. I'm just starting to prep it for spring. Alright guys, so may God bless you like He has blessed us, and y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.